Assalamu alaikum students. This is Mathematics class 9th. We are discussing chapter number 4. The lecture is about review exercise number 4. The objective of this lesson was to introduce you to algebraic formulas, polynomials, rational expressions and surds. We also discussed the mathematical operations performed on surds and the rationalization of surds. The review exercise is basically revising all the concepts that were discussed in the chapter. So in the question number 1, you have multiple choice questions. Part number 1, we have 4x plus 3y minus 2. So it is an algebraic expression. Option number A. So what is a sentence? See, if I say 9 is an odd number, it will be a sentence. So what is an equation? Equation always contains a equal to sign. And what is an inequation? You must have a inequality sign that is greater than or less than sign. So in part number 2, you have to write the degree of polynomial 4 x raised to power 4 plus 2 into x square into y. So basically we have two variables x and y. So in the second term we have x square and y raised to power 1. So we will add up the exponents. 2 plus 1 will give you 3. So option number C is the correct answer. In the third part you have the algebraic formula a cube plus b cube. So the formula you should memorize it, and it is equal to a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Option B. The fourth MCQ is quite easier. You have a plus b into a plus b. A is 3 and b is square root of 2. So you can also write a plus b whole square, which will give you a square plus 2ab plus b square. So you will do it yourself. In part number 5, you have to calculate the conjugate of the surd a plus square root of b. So how can we take the conjugate? We can take the conjugate just by replacing the sign with the that is present with the radical sign. You have a positive sign with square root of b, so you will replace it with a negative sign. So option B is the correct answer. Now in part number 6, you have 1 over a minus b minus 1 over a plus b. You will simply take the LCM, that will be a minus b into a plus b. You will solve the question yourself. It is quite easier. Now in part number 7, you have a square minus b square divided by a plus b. So a square minus b square completes the formula, that is a plus b into a minus b. So a plus b will be cancelled out with the denominator. You will be left with a minus b. So option D is the correct answer. Now in the last part, you have square root of a plus square root of b into square root of a minus square root of b. So it will be equal to, see we have here x plus y and x minus y. So it will give you x square minus y square. So square root of a whole square will give you a minus square root of b whole square will give you b. So you will be left with a minus b. The square root will be cancelled by the square. So you have a minus b. So option C is the correct answer. So students, in question number 2, you have to fill in the blanks. So I have written the answers for your convenience. In the first part, you have to write the degree of the polynomial, that is x square y square plus 3xy plus y cube. Now you have two variables x and y. In the first term, you have x square and y square. So you will just add up the exponents. That is 2 plus 2, that will give you 4. So it will be the degree of the polynomial. In the second part, you can see we have x square minus 4. It will complete the formula of a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b. You have a equal to x and b is equal to 2 squared, that is 4. So b is 2. So x plus 2 into x minus 2. In the third part, you have the formula a cube plus b cube. So you can write it as a plus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So now a is x and b is 1 over x. So now you can see AB, here we have x into 1 over x. It will be cancelled out, so you will be left with 1. So you can also write it as x square plus 1 plus 1 over x square. In the fourth part, you have 2 into a square plus b square. It will again complete the formula that we have discussed in exercise 4.1. You can write it as a plus b whole square into a minus b whole square. In the fifth part, you have the formula for a minus b whole square. That will give you a square minus 2ab into b square. Here you have ab, that is x into 1 over x. So x and x will cancel out each other. So you will be left with only 2 into 1 or 2. Now in the sixth part, you have to find the order of the surd, that is square root of x, and it is the cube root of x. So now we have the index 3. So it is the order of the surd. In the seventh part, you have 1 over 2 minus square root of 3. So what you have to do is you have to rationalize it. You will multiply and divide it with 2 plus square root of 3. You will solve it yourself. Now students, in question number 3, you have been given with x plus 1 over x, that is equal to 3, and in the first part you have to find x square plus 1 over x square, and also you have to find x raised to power 4 plus 1 over x raised to power 4. So we will use the given statement, that is x plus 1 over x, that is equal to 3. So we will just take the square on both sides. X plus 1 over x whole square is equal to 3 whole square. X plus 1 over x whole square will give you x square plus 1 over x square plus 2 into ab, that is x into 1 over x. X and x will cancel out each other. You will be left with 2. So now 3 square will give you 9. You have to move the 2 towards the on the other side of the equation. So 9 minus 2 will give you 7. So x square plus 1 over x square will give you 7. Similarly, you will just you will take the square on both sides. So x square plus 1 over x square whole square will give you x raised to power 4 plus 1 over x raised to power 4 plus 2 into ab. Now again x square plus 1 over x square will cancel out each other. You will be left with 2. So 7 square will give you 49. Now move the 2 on the other side of the equal to sign. You have 49 minus 2, that will give you 47. Now in question number 4, you have been given with x minus 1 over x, that is equal to 2. It is quite similar to question number 3. For your convenience, I have given you the solution, but you will do it yourself. So students, in question number 5, you have to find the value of x cube plus y cube, xy. If you have been given x plus y is 5 and x minus y is 3. So you will write the formula 4xy is equal to x plus y whole square minus x minus y whole square. You will just replace the values. X plus y is replaced with 5 and x minus y is replaced with 3. So 5 square will give you 25, 3 square will give you 9. So 25 minus 9 will give you 16. So now you will take 4 on the other side of the equal to sign. So it will be 16 divided by 4. Xy is equal to 4. Now you can write the formula for x cube plus y cube. That will be equal to x plus y whole cube minus 3xy into x plus y. Just replace the values. X plus y is replaced with 5. 3 into xy is replaced with 4. And x plus y is replaced with 5. Now you can calculate the values. It will give you 65. In question number 6, you have been given p is equal to 2 plus square root of 3. Now you have to write the value of p plus 1 over p in the first part. So first we will find 1 over p, that will be equal to 1 over 2 plus square root of 3. Now you will rationalize it because it is a surd. So 2 plus square root of 3 is rationalized as it is multiplied and divided by 2 minus square root of 3. And now we will get 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 2 square minus 3 square. So now you will be left with 2 minus square root of 3 divided by 1, which is 2 minus square root of 3. Now you have the values of p and 1 over p. You can write the value of p plus 1 over p. How can we write it? Replace the value of p. You have 2 plus square root of 3 plus 1 over p is written as 2 minus square root of 3. So now you can see that square root of 3 is cancelled with minus square root of 3. You will be left with 4. Now in the second part, it is quite similar to the first part. You have to write the value of p minus 1 over p. Just replace the values and calculate the value. Now you have, in the third part, you have p square plus 1 over p square. So it will be calculated as p plus 1 over p whole square minus 2. So you are basically using the formula of a plus b whole square. Now replace the values. A plus b, p plus 1 over p is written as 4 minus 2. So 4 square will give you 16 minus 2. 16 minus 2 is 14. Similarly, fourth part can be calculated. In question number 7, you have q equal to square root of 5 plus 2. You have to find the value of q plus 1 over q. The question is quite similar to question number 6. You have to find the value of 1 over q. So 1 over q is written as 1 over square root of 5 plus 2. So we will rationalize it because we have a surd in the denominator. Now it can be rationalized as it is multiplied and divided by square root of 5 minus 2. Now you can see that we have find the value of 1 over q as square root of 5 minus 2. Now in the first part you have q plus 1 over q. The value of q is square root of 5 plus 2 and 1 over q can be written as square root of 5 minus 2. Just add up the values. Plus 2 will be cancelled with negative 2. You will be left with 2 into square root of 5. Question 7 part 2 is quite similar to part number 1. You will do it yourself. In part number 3, you have to find q square plus 1 over q square. So it can be written as q plus 1 over q whole square minus 2. You are using the formula of a plus b whole square. Now replace the values. Q plus 1 over q is written as 2 square root of 5, which will be whole squared, minus 2. So 2 square will give you 4 into 5. 5 is with the square root, so square root will be cancelled. 4 into 5 will give you 20 minus 2. 20 minus 2 is 18. Part number 4 is quite similar to part number 3. You will do it yourself. So students, in question number 8 part 1, you have been given with square root of a square plus 2 plus square root of a square plus 2 divided by square root of a square plus 2 minus square root of a square minus 2. You will just rationalize it because we have surds in the denominator. So rationalize it with the positive sign. You have negative sign in the denominator. So we will multiply and divide it with square root of a square plus 2 plus square root of a square minus 2. Now you can see that in the numerator we have the formula a plus b whole square, and in the denominator we have the formula a square minus b square. So you will just calculate the values and get the answer. Now in question number 8 part 2 we have 1 over a minus square root of a square minus x square minus 1 over a plus square root of a square minus x square. Now what you have to do is you have to take the LCM in the denominator. It will be a minus square root of a square minus x square into a plus square root of a square minus x square. The missing terms will be multiplied in the numerators. So you will calculate the answer yourself because it is a simple calculation. So I hope students that you have understood the lecture well. For an assignment you have to solve all the questions. Practice review exercise 4 on loose sheets for better understanding. Thank you.